Good morning, sir.
Hello, good morning. Am I audible?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, for your attendance, Erica, please write your name, last name, then first name, then your subject code.
Okay po, sir. Thank you po, sir.
Okay. Erica, this session is recorded and will be uploaded in the VLE for your perusal stat, okay?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, I will now share my presentation. Let me know if you can see.
Yes po, sir. Makita po, sir.
Okay, this morning I'm going to discuss lesson 13, 14, and 15. Okay, for lesson 13, we are now in the global demography. Please let me know, Erica, if you cannot hear me. Huh? Okay, what is family planning? We already know
Po,
that.
sir.
That family planning is a birth control methods or different type of methods. It could be a natural or artificial that you know um, help, of course, so that our population will not grow. Now, in demography, it is the statistical data or study about human populations. If you can see, no, or if you will notice, oh my, this is sorry. I established. Okay, wait lang ha, na-stop na ako ang presentation.
Yes po, sir.
Sorry, sorry. How about this one? Can you still
Yes po,
see?
sir. Makita na po. Yes po,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, again, demography is the statistical study of human populations. If you will notice in the televisions that you can see a graph or a chart for example, tumataas or bumababa yung fertility rate or mortality rate or yung mga cases ng COVID. If they use graphs no, that talks about population, that is demography. Now, we have the demographers, so they are the one who use census data, surveys, and other statistical models to analyze the size and the movement of the population. So, um, okay, so they are the one who will go to your houses to know how many of you in your house or how many people in a certain community. So that is the demographers. Now, why do we need to know the demography of a specific place? Again, for those who are late, please write your last name and first name as well as your subject code in the comment section for your attendance. And I remind once again that this session is recorded and will be uploaded in the VLE for your perusal. Now let's go back to demography. So it's really important to know the demography of a specific place so that the government, can create an intervention plan on how to solve a certain issues that is related to increase of population. Let's just say there is a sudden increase of an age pregnancy in DCC communities. What do you think would the school or the government do? So of course they will conduct a sex education. Probably they will distribute contraceptives like pills, condoms. No, other example is that there is a sudden increase of death in a certain barangay. So they will know or they will conduct a census or they will conduct a study of what is the reason behind. Okay, parang ano tawag dyan parang yung area ay not suitable for them to stay, baka kahunon or baka nagsakit nga na na-adikto. So that is why it's really important to know mas patanon ay bilang ang daghan kay nga sakit diri diri nga community. So that is a few significance of knowing the demography of a specific place. Now, in global demographic transition, it is a graph, no, or a chart that display the transition of the population. For example, pre-pandemic, we have this normal mortality and fertility rate. So, normal na ang pila ang mga anak, pila ang mga malatay. But during pandemic, so there is a sudden increase of rate, no, sa mortality rate. So, daghan ang nangamatay sa kaditang isa ka ang line at the same time same with the fertility rate then karon na po pagpawala ng pandemic ng mortality at saka kasagsagan that what happened last year. So back to normal, the mortality and the fertility rate. Now, mortality declined in Africa and Asia in the 20th century with the exception of Japan. It is because during 2010 or 2011, Japan was hit by an earthquake. I'm not sure with the magnitude, no, but during earthquake, of course, the tsunami, so daghan ang nangamatay sa Japan. Fertility declined also in Asia in the 1950s. It is because the family planning method or the use of contraceptives is widely used na and applied sa people in Asia. That is why we have this decline in fertility and as well as the rapid growth after World War One. Then the United Nations also projected that the population will be shifted toward Africa. With that being said, in the year 2150, 20% of the world population coming from Africa. Let's just, our current population now is 8 billion. Let's just say 10 billion lang no? So that it is easy for us to get the 20% of the total population. Let's just say that we have 10 billion population right now. So it means that 20 billion no nga tao is nagikan sa Africa. Naklaro, am I audible or nasabtan ba ko?
Sir, yes, sir.
Sige. Okay. Now, the developing countries like India and the Philippines had higher dependency ratios than the West in the 1900s. It is because no, we are a nation na family-oriented kayo. Bisan, ano gani ka ng, bisan, nagulang natang mga parents, no, may anaagi hapon sa ato. So, what they call the dependency ratio. So, it is the ratio person in the ages defined as dependent. So, sila to ang mga tao na underage and 65 years old above. So, to mga nag-retired na or mga senior citizen na. So we will not get no the dependency ratio, but this is the formula. The number of dependents, then the population age, 50 to 64, then you need to times into 100. But since we are not demographers, or we are not working in the PSA or in the social worker, so parang there is no need na just to get the dependency ratio, but just I will just know how this dependent person or the rise of the dependent people no would affect the government or the country as a whole. So dependency ratios generally reviewed to compare the percentage of the total population classified as working age that will support the rest of the non-working age population. So those people belong to underage, so 18 years old below, and those who age 65 and above. So they are labeled as dependent. So they are the non-working class. They don't have work. So mag-depend sila sa mga working class na ginatawag na to. Or sometimes sila ang mga family and relatives. So what would happen if there is a sudden increase in population of the dependent people? Probably, no, those who are working are likely to subject to increased taxes to compensate for the larger dependent population. So, patasaan ang ato ang taxes those who are working. Now, at times, mas in need o government assistance ang mga 65 years old kaysa sa mga underage or 18 years old. Because it is because katong mga 18 years old kay kaon raman ila no food if nasa sa ilahang parents pagkaon then eskwela then education education is free. But unlike in, ano no, itong mga tao nga naa sa 65 above, so naa na sila mga kanang senior citizen nga ginahatag monthly, ana na pa sila yung other nga mga benefits coming from the government, so mas kailangan nila o government assistance compared to those who are underage. Okay. So there are also limitations of the dependency ratio. So we cannot just say na, okay, ma'am, na, ano, uy, dependent na siya. So there are factors so that we can determine if the person belongs to dependent. So number one, he or she is a student. So if you are a student, no, bisan pag ano ka ng 20 above na yung edad, if you're a student, you cannot work unless you will find work ka ng tuyuon jud nimo, no? Then illness. If you have an illness, so this illness, no, or factor will hinder you to find a work. So that is why you will become a dependent. Also, you have a disability. You are a stay-at-home parents. You also have an early retirement as well as katong mga tao nga a long-term unemployed. So sila to ang mga tawagan na o yung mga dependent, no, ng mga tao. But sometimes manggo, there are people, especially katong mga senior na to, na they are still working. No, sa 65 above na sila, they are still working. No, okay, ana, so depende na na kaayo sa ilaha. So according to World Population Review, this is the current population na ako ang nakuha. So if you will notice, China don't have a growth rate, negative 0. Ano lang yapon sila, no? So ano nga buhi sa ilaha and the total population nila as well. But in the Philippines, we are increasing into 1.47%. So with that being said, every year we are increasing 2 million each year, no? So 2 million na ito ang population. So again, this is an example of demography. We can see the chart here that shows the number of percent change of deaths. So from the year 2008 to 2007, we can see the continued line, increasing line, no, of people na who died. So if tapunan na to ni siyang number, so we can easily identify that nagataas ang kaso sa nangamatay every year sa Philippines in the year 2008 to 2007. Another figure also is the fertility rate, no, from the year 1993 to 2022. So we can see paubos ang fertility rate nato, no? Then mas paspas ang pagbaba ng fertility rate sa urban compared to rural. Maybe because no busy siguro nag-work. Maybe nag-work kaayo ang both parents diri sa urban compared dito sa rural. Or maybe because mas aware, no, kaya naman kung sa rural binagtong lagyong dapit kana dili pa kay sila ma-reach sa barangay health center nato, no, so dili sila makatagan og mga pills and other mga contraceptives. So next is this is the updated projected mid-year population. So this number is not parang sa concrete, no, but if you just base the projected numbers, we can see that there is an increase of the population in the Philippines. So yun, from 108, 110, 11, 12, 13, and 115 billion. Again, we are now 8 billion the world population. Now my question is, do you think the government should be involved in deciding the family size, Erica or Jude? Sige, let's go first with Erica.
Yes po, sir.
Why?
Para masukat ay maibala nila, sir, kung unsay lang buhaton, sir, about sa an increasing population po, sir.
So is it okay for you if the government said, okay, Erica, kanang you kailangan duha lang imong anak. Would you agree?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, Erica. Now let's hear from Jude.
Hello, Jorano po. No.
Okay, why?
Um, Nawag tayo Jor kaning natay freedom para maghimo ta mga dili man
Baby.
ta pwede mag dili ta pwede mag ano kani namatay karapatan para maghimo tag mga
Mga baby.
apa
Okay. What if kanang you cannot ano na jud, you cannot give the basic needs of your children. So pala mo daghan atong anak no bala mao jud ang ginaingon nga bahalag saging basta labing. Mao yan ka jud.
ap
Bahalag saging basta labing.
dili jaray
Yung what if do sino na imong anak jud?
siguro ano lang jud kaning kontrolan na lang guro.
Pero dili jud man kamuyo jud ang hilabot ang government sa naa na sa
Oo,
inyong ha
oo, oo,
mag-asawa.
dyan.
Okay, thank you so much. Do you have any question with lesson 13 so that we can proceed to lesson 14? If there's none, let's move. No? Okay, for lesson 14, we are now in global migration. But when we talk about migration, it is the movement no, of of people around the world. And according to Bauman 1998, i-classify niya no, into two, the vagabonds and the tourists. We talk about vagabonds, sila to ang mga tao nga gawara-wara, galaroy-laroy lang diri no, sa asa sila. So it means that they don't have a fixed home nga kaulian nila. So sila to mga no permanent address, mga MPA natin, no? Then the second one is the tourists, no? So they also wanders no around the world because they can afford it. So it's up to them if they will ano no go back to their home. So again, the vagabond don't have a fixed home, mga lagalag sila no. Now, why do people move from one place to another? Later on, we will discuss the factors, no, that push and pull the person why they move. Now, let's discuss the human migration. Again, human migration is the movement of people from one place in the world to another. I have here the six basic terms of human migration. But again, there are ano pa dyan na yung daghan pa dyan mga terms. Let's start with the internal migration. So internal migration is moving within a state, country, or a continent. So if you are from Davao City, then you are planning to move uh, to Manila, no? Or stay in Manila, then taga Davao ka. So that is internal migration. So nakakadiri sa Turil, you want to transfer your residency sa downtown. So that is internal migration. Talk about external migration naman, this is the time na mugawas na jud ka. You are going to move to a different state. So if you are here in the Philippines, then you will transfer in Canada, in Europe, so as a part of the world. So that is external. Again, internal, basta diri lang siya ka sa nasod. Ha? Internal sa sulod sa Pilipinas kung asa ka. Then external if you want to move sa lain na. Then we have here the immigration with letter E. Immigration with letter E, it is the process lang siya no of a person leaving a country to move to another. Kanang process na nga muhawak ka no diri sa Philippines to transfer pare to move to another country. Now with the immigration with letter I, it is again the process of moving in to a new country. Pag letter E, no, mugawas ka. So exit, letter E. Ang immigration no isulod, no, pasulod pa lang ka sa nasod. So sometimes man this immigration with letter E and immigration with letter I, ma-change man gud siya na interchangeably jud ni siya. But again, mamili lang tao ka na para mas dali na mo siya masabtan. Basta immigration with letter E, pagawas, and immigration with letter I, pasulod. Okay? We also have here the return migration. Usually sila to ang mga OFW no or sila to mga tao nga bisag pila na katuig ni hawa sa ilahang lugar mobalik gihapon. Ayan. Then we also have the seasonal migration. It is the process wherein the people move from one place to another is because of their job. So usually this seasonal migration no happen in the West, no, in the US or in Europe kasi nga they have 3 to 4 seasons. But kata diri sa Philippines, no, tawag na natag seasonal migration. For example, the construction worker, if na yung mga project, no, 2 to 3 months, halimbawa, if you are living in Toril, ay mong papa nag-work diri, ay nagpuyo mo diri sa Toril, then na project dito sa, let's just say, sa Tagum, no, na project nga building dito na kailangan 5 months to 6 months siya buhaton. So, mga 5 to 6 months po muli yung papa, no, kung layo jud kaayo, ana. That is a seasonal migration. So, people who migrate, number one, pag miingon ta og migrants, sila to ang mga tao nga nagpuyo jud, no, sa ilahang nasod. For example, we are the Philippines and we are Filipinos. So it means we are Filipino migrant. No? If you are a Canadian, you live in or you stayed in Canada, you are a Canadian migrant, no? Pag ito immigrant, so again, sila to siya ang mga tao nga mohawa sa ilahang nasod ug mupuyo sa lain. So, immigrant ang tawag sa ilaha. Letter E. So, ang letter I naman, ang tawag pag nakasulod na ka. Ha? Pag ano ba, Pilipino ka, nakasulod na ka dito sa Canada. So, immigrant ang tawag sa imong letter I. Ha? Pero kung pagawas pa lang ka sa imong nasod, immigrant ang tawag sa imong immigrant, kung ma-origin na sila, no? Next is the refugees. So, sila to ang mga tao kasi they don't have parang or it's not their choice na mag-move dyan sila or ibili nila ang ilang lugar because there are many reasons. So number one, war, gubot dito, it could be gutom, or it could be samok, may ana. So that is why they are forced to move, no, or to leave their home, may ana, and stay sa lain na pod nga nasod. So why do people move? So we have the push factors or the pull factors. In economics, we talk about push factors. Sometimes ma-refer na to siya as bad indicators. And the pull factors naman, in economics, ginatawag na to siya o good indicators. Now, let's start with push factors. Di ba? When you're entering the establishment, makita mo na yung supportahan. Kanang na-push and na-pull. Kakita mo, ana?
Yes po, sir.
Kapag push, it means itulak. Then ang pull is birahon. Now, ang push, unsa may nagtulak sa imo nga na ma-transfer kay number one is food shortage. You don't have a food sa inyong area. You know? So mapubos jud ka nga muhawa. No? That is why ganito ang mga OFW sometimes ganong muhawa jud say nagtulak sila nga muhawa sila no kay tungod sa kapait. May jud tungod sa kapait. Kaduha, war, no? If if gubot na kayo na pamahaw no, Granada no, paniot to kay nagtangki ni gira ng modera no. So samok kayo ang inyong community, that is why mo to siya mag-push sa imuhang evacuate ninyo ang iyong area. Number 3 is flood or kanang mga amo sa disaster prone area. Alam ba, unon ang inyong area, landslide unon ang inyong area. May So muhawa mo sa inyong gipuy-an karon. So mo to siya ang pipila lang sa mga push factors. Next is the pull factors. Again, it is a good indicators. Okay, mo to siguro matugog South Korea because nicer climate. Alindot dito ang climate dito sa ano no sa America sa South Korea. Okay, I want to transfer in US or in Western. It is because they have 3 to 4 climates. Gusto ko maka-try winter. Gusto mo maka-try spring. Gusto mo maka-try fall. May So that is why nainganyo ka nga musulod, no? Nainganyo ka nga musulod sa lain nasod. The second one is the job opportunities. So there because of the job opportunities nga naango sa kalugar, that is why nainganyo ka. For example, kasi ako, so I'm living in Manila since ni hawa ko dito push factors. It is because of poverty. So, ito siya nagtulak sa kuha. Now, anong nisulod ko sa Davao? That is my pull factors. It is because there is a job opportunity waiting for me. Next is the better food supply. So, okay, mahawa ko dito sa mo, mag-settle siguro ko dito nga sa bukid, no? Then ako dito sa syudad, dito na ako sa bukid. Nga naman, ay mas nice ang better food supply nila dito. Did you get the difference between the push factors and the pull factors? Na klaro?
Opo, sir, opo.
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, my question is what pushes you to transfer from one place to another? So sa may rason, tanaw ninyo nga magtulak sa inyo ha nga are you living here in Toril? Taga Toril lang mundo ha?
Sir, yes po, sir.
Apo, apo.
Okay, now so tanaw ninyo unsa kaya ay rason or magtulak sa inyo ha nga muhawa sa Toril?
Ano dyan, kaning pangit kayang community diri ah.
Ngano man jud daghang chismosa sa inyo ha?
Opo, opo, opo. Kanang dagang himantayon, mga
Daghang
palaway.
daghang mga balay sometimes na so asa man nga country ang imong gusto or asa man nga lugar
So,
ang
ano,
imong gusto transparent
Japan. Kay
Japan
ano, gapo to.
and disiplinado ang tao doon sa mga
Opo.
hinabot. So, very good. How about you, Erica? Unsay magtulak sa
Ang
imong hawa
poverty
sa
po,
Toril?
sir.
Ansa po?
Poverty po, sir. Kapobrehon po, sir.
Kapobre. Asa
Kaya
nimo
dito
gusto?
dito siya diri. Ano po, sir, kaning um, ano lang po, sir, kaning Korea.
Sa Korea. So, maningkamot, no? So, Erica and Jude na maningkamot, Jude mo, no? To study hard, work hard, no? Reach your dreams, no? Reach the farthest star in the, ano, no? In the, in the outer space, no? Kay
Yes po,
para
sir.
na makamove, Jude mo, no? Ang ana. So, do you have any questions about the lesson 14 so that we can proceed to lesson 15?
None so far po, sir.
So if there's none, let's move. Now we are now in lesson 15. Let's talk about global citizenship. So what is the definition of global citizenship? So we talk about citizenship. It refers to a person, no, who is living in your own country. So kagaina. If you are a Filipino, it means you are a Filipino migrant. So your citizenship is Filipino. Now, pag mga global, ay, does it mean ba kay if I am a Filipino, so gitawag ko global citizen, mura ba akong nationality ba is Russian, American, ing ana ba? No, that is not. No, dili ato. Now, pag may ta global citizen, wait lang ha, I will padako na ko gamay, kay gamay. Hindi siya magamay na. Wait. We talk about global citizen. It is someone who is aware and understands the wider world and their place in it. It means that you know what's happening in the community, what's happening in the Philippines, as well as you are aware also what's happening in the world. Ay, hala, nasunog na baya dito sa ano ay ang Brazil. Hala, garali permente ang Amerika tungod sa illegal abortion. No, hala naagyapoy ano no sa Black Lives Matter ing ana. Hala nagbaha dito sa China. May ana. Dapat aware mo. Hala dito sa Bulgaria na nagapray sila, nangayo sila ulan. Kaya para mo. Hala sa Africa they are still in poverty. May ana. Ay naapagyapoy conflict ang Russia and Ukraine. So that is a global citizen. It means that you are aware. No? Second one is you also take an active role in your community and you work harmoniously with the people nga nasa community. Dili kay hala, okay, dili kay manglimpyo mo sa iyong tugkaran or sa iyong kanal kay naapil mo sa tupad no kay naa kay 6,000 ay manglimpyo ko sa ano sa kanal ay ana ay manglimpyo ko mag-apil ko sa coastal clean up kay naay 5 kilos nga bugas ihatag ang gobyerno no so okay jud na siya pod no kasi nga kay gihatag man na sa gobyerno but again maging part kita no sa ato ang community maging active ta no dili lang kay tungod na ay reward or na ay kanang what do you call that one kanang ginapaabot nga tawag na may nata ginapaabot nga kambyo sa ato ang ginabuhat no pwede man ta kanang halimbawa in a simple way lang no magsigurita basura may ana from malata to dili malata. Next is encouraging people to develop the knowledge in that. So if you will notice one of your classmates, no, the nice like you have Canva presentation. So ikaw, as a global citizen, you will go to, you will visit your browser and try to search, kung giunsa niya, giunsa niya, you need to explore, kung giunsa niya pagbuhat sa Canva presentation. So you should not, remain stagnant, and be contented on the knowledge that what you have right now. So when it comes to that every day, na nakalining, dili pa sabi, ay, he or she knows how to manipulate the Canva presentation. May ano, ay, ikaw na lang, buhati na lang ko, Bi, kay kapaluman kay ana. Di, ikaw na lang buhat ani, Bi, kay pasahod man kay ana. So that is not, no, the the character of a global citizen. So dapat ikaw manikamot ka, pwede man ka encouragement. So tabangan nimo siya. Ki anion lang pag ano no, anion lang siya pag manipulate. So go to your browser, just search like this. So there are free tutorials in YouTube as well. So tabangan pud nimo. Yan. Next is we believe that we can make a difference. No? So, kasama sa ingon nila na pagbata, ang kabataan ang pag-asa ng bayan. Ayan. Sasama sa iyo kaingon kagaina, you want to move from Turil to and stay outside the country just because of poverty, because of your neighbors no attitude may ana so kamo dapat mo parang i-manifest niya okay kaya nako no ma-achieve ang akong dreams kaya nako makato Japan and Korea dili lang kay makakaon na may 3 times a day may ana dili lang kay ani ako naabot karon so naabot jud again you need to reach no the farthest star no in the galaxy may ana so that at the end of the day no dili ka mapuno what if dili ka mapuno kasi may, ay may pagipadayon kong eskwela do kay bisag pait kaayo dili ka taian karon dili kay butay sa lipat na kanina okay ay nabuhi gani si mama ug papa gani nga saging ra gani og kamot dito sa una may ana ay naka ano ra mga nakatrabaho ra man gani si papa gani bisag no red ra man gani ta si papa no so we don't invalidate those mga ano no mga tawag ano may mga experiences sa ato ang mga ancestors jud no but we need to challenge no we need to challenge the status quo wa kung saan naandan i-challenge nato no we have great potentials no within sa ato ang kaugalingon so we need to ano lang jud no paningkamutan lang nato na siya. Now, as a global citizen also, we acknowledge and celebrate kung unsa o kung saan naata karon because we are coming from different paths sa kinabuhi. With that being said, we can learn somehow from other experiences that somehow will help us no sa ato ano alam, nice si ano no, nice si Erica no kay ano siya kanang grabe yung pagpaningkamot no. Kanang na-achieve jud niya ang ano, ang iyang pangandoy sa kinabuhi kay grabe niya pagkuki sa kinabuhi. Ano si Jude na ana dito sa ano karon no? Nana dito sa Japan karon no pero tumata ato sa una ba grabe jud to ka ano no. Grabe kalusod ilang kinabuhi pero nag-eskwela jud to tarong ba naningkamot jud siya. May ana. As a global citizen also, we are open to diversity. Again, lahi-lahi man ta ng ginikanan, lahi-lahi ta o pagtuon education, lahi-lahi ta personality, character. So we need to be open. Dili kay hala, hilom lagi na si ano no, hilom lagi na si Erica. Tapos ikaw po siya, ay, sikreto global na kaya na siya. Hala, sige, pataas ang kamot ni si Jude. Ay, bida-bida mong guna siya. No? Wala kabalo kay, ano lang siya, participative lang siya. Wala kabalo sa Erica is hilumon lang siya. Yan. So we need to know, no, kung sa tamang classmate, sa mga batasan nila. Dili ni kayo mag-i-judge na tayo sila. Based sa ilahang agipakita and as well as based sa ilahang tawag na oy, sa ilahang physical. Next is interdependence. So we believe that there is no man in an island. So we need kauban no kasi nga sometimes makatabang mo po na sila sa atua so dili siya lisod amin mali mangayo og health labi na if we don't know sa ato ang mga pagabuhaton so talaga maging happy po ta sa ila naging happy tayo is because of someone alam ba ato mga friends kapakatawa so that is independence. Next one is empathy so we have to understand no the other people's experience and feelings so we should not invalidate them no kay mas we better understand them if we feel kung sa ilang naranasan. But it doesn't mean hala kung it doesn't mean na ano ka no na rape for example lamang para ma-feel pud nimo nga unsay feelings sa na rape kay magpa-rape kay dili ana sabton nila mo siya nga okay ay nganong ing anak nganong mahadlok na siya sa mga laki nganong mahadlok na siya sa ngit-ngit anong dili na siya mo istorya dili kay ay rikat man dyan na siya no ay kay tanaw ba kay buntag naman na siya maguli. Tanawa yung sinog gisuot. May ana so dili ana no. Again, sa nato sila kung anong hitabo na sila. But it doesn't mean for us to understand them, we need to experience as well what they have experienced. Next is perspective. So we need to open the different ideas because we view things in different perspective. We view things in different angles. May para sa iya ani ang dapat ang buhaton para ma-reach niya ang gusto yung ma-reach ing ani kung ani mo ing ana. So we should not insist our own perspective or our own mga ano no gusto nato sa lain tao. So these mga values of a global citizen is vital no and kailangan na ani siya sa ato. Next is a global citizens. It means that tanan di na siya nakabox sa kung lalaki ay dapat global citizen dapat lalaki dili lalaki babae bayot tumboy tigulang bata dato pobre gamay dako anak so we are global citizens so we need to know no and be aware of what's happening in the world and we should value also bawat isa sa ato. So, globalization and global citizenship is different, no? So, di ba, tingala mo kay, na magikan week 1 naman, sige matag, naay kasunod na global before ang kuan. We have the globalization, we have the global migration, we have the global demography, we have the global citizen. Tanan naka-global is because we are a global citizen. We need to know what's happening sa ato ang kalibutan. Ana. But in globalization, it talks about the state's influence. So, mga influence sa bansa. They talk about politics. They talk about governance. They talk about business. They talk about economy. They talk about money. But here in Global Citizen, we are just talking about or focusing on the identity, the values, the virtues, the character, the behavior, as well as the personality, the humanity, and that is Global Citizen. Now, why is it important to be a global citizen? No, number one is we global citizens are not born; they are created. So, pagbugso sa ato ang sa bilahan sa atong ginikanan, no, wala pa man jud ta nag-study calculus agad-agad. No, wala naman ta ni sayo o ano dira no, pina-gymnast pa man ta nag-cartwheel dira dayon, no. So, blank pa jud ang ato ang mind. So, our ano no, our environment sila to ang muduhan sa ato ang knowledge. That is why we have this. It is really important no, kung usa to kung kinsa ang usa nga to ang circles because our circles sometimes influence how we act, how we behave, and how we view things in life. Okay, ana. Second one is the importance of education. So, education is an ending process. No, according to Socrates, no, the more we know, the more we don't know. May ana. So, padayon na gyapon sa pag-eskwela, padayon gihapon sa pagtuon. Third one is a global citizenship was rooted in a common desire to prevent war. As I've said earlier, no, if dili siya ganahan, alam mo, if there is, alam mo si Erica is the type of person na dili siya ganahan si kuhit-kuhiton, dili siya ganahan si kanang samok, may ana. Wa mong you hear watch kanang K-drama. Nakatanaw mo tong Weak Hero? Nakatanaw mo Weak Hero? Wala mo nakatanaw Weak Hero. Di ba kata siya, dili siya, taas siya pasensya no, so dili siya ganahan nga kanang murag ubuso niya ang pasensya ba so kung ikaw no kung ikaw nakabalo nga dili siya ganahan nga samukon siya mas maayo it is because you avoid kanang conflict no or samok sa inyo ha pero kung wala ka kabalo I mean let's just say nakabalo ka samok kay ka samok kaayo ka no so magkagubot jud so it's really important no being a global citizen again to know sa imuhang nakapalibot sa imuha labi na sa kalibutan for example the Indian, no? The Indians prepared their food using their hands, no? Kanang kamot lang jud ang ilang ginagamit. Tapos kita, no? Uh, we laugh, no? We mock, no? Sa ilang, kadamok sa yung hindi bawag ilog, about everything, no? But if we are a global citizen, that is their culture. That is how they prepare their food. no, because they smell something like that. It is because they have a kanang low hygiene. It is because their water is kanang mahal. Their water is not that parang purified as we have right here in the Philippines. May ano, minsan ikaligo nila inom na lang nila no. May ana. So dili ta mag ano, dili ta mag-judge. May ano lang, hala, ang Africa ka to. So, ano nila, ano, kanang gakaon lagi sila lapok ay kanang wala lagi sila ilis-ilis no, pero but if we are a global citizen we do our research ay is because sa ilang kapobre so they mix their food uh what so that they can survive may anak ay they don't have to wear something like what we are wearing. It is because of their climate ay ang ana di ay siya dili ka ay anak man jud na sila no damak man jud na sila no may anak again no we need to understand them no. Next is there are factors affecting global citizen. Number one is an ethical behavior, so you should not insist nga mali himuon imong tama and you should not justify the mali himuon imong tama. Let's just say cheating, like cheating is bad, so you ka "Uy, cheating kay sala man gud na nimo no kay kay pagkukulang may ano oh my goodness, cheating is cheating, that is mali. Again, you should not insist nga tama ang mali. Ano. So that is an ethical behavior. You should know what is wrong and you should know what is right. Second one is environmental degradation. Sometimes, ang problema sa global citizen, ay okay, ay, unsa nila labot na ko kung naupaw na ang bukid sa China? Unsa nila labot na ko kung nasunog na ang rainforest sa Amazon? Unsa nila labot na ako gakaong pagpaklit ang China? Unsa ni kana anak god, we don't care, no? We don't care sometimes, no mo na ang problema pod kay sometimes naman gud tay ka ng pagtuo nga okay, patay labot sa ila. Di bitaw to apektado, dili bitaw to apektado ana. Just what happened in Japan when they hit the tsunami, the earthquake then tsunami. So daghan na nga matay. So ay tapos tayo ayun sa man layo raman kay sa Japan dili man ta matigo. But again, if you're a global citizen, kanang di ba number one is empathy. Alam masabtan nimo ka ang mga nakalas nga kinabuhi. Gusto kay na feel sa mga ginikanan sa mga tao dito no namatyan sila pulo to 20 ka pamilya. Ay ganyan. The third one is the egregious labor practices. Since we have this so much freedom of expression, it is because of the emergence of technology, the power of social media. Ay, kunting gamot lang ang i-post din natadaan. Ay, kunting ano lang gani i-post na natadaan. Again, katungod man gud na to na, no? But we need to look the better place and the better time, no? Dili kay makaperwisyo mo og laing tao. We are not stopping you, no, to voice out what you are feeling, no, inside your heart. But again, you should kanang think nga dili mo makadamay og laing tao. Next is be a global citizen. It's not about mindset, but it's also about our action. Dili lang ka, halimbawa, ay mahalin natin ang kalikasan. So that is your mindset mo na jud dapat buhaton no. Pero nagasunog kag plastic, galabay ka og basura sa dagat. Tawag ka na, buhat ka og dili maayo sa ato ang environment. So what is the ano no? What is the essence of having kanang mahalin natin ang kalikasan but your action is contradicting kaayo. So dili siya maayo. Pag ngayon ka, mahalin natin ang kalikasan. So kabalo ka mo sigaret kay basura, manilhig ka dito, mo recycle ka og mga butang para dili ka sigpalit no may ana. So actions is better than no kanang sa man kaysa istorya. Next it is easy to be human but hard to be human. So madali lang maging tao and mahirap magpakatao. So dali na may mong tao no. Magtsutsaka lang gani ato ang parents. So we have scientifically mabuhat jud ta no. Dali ra jud na makabuhat og bata. But ang pagiging makatao so dili jud na. Sometimes it will depend also to the people we encounter na sometimes if naibastos pod nga tao sometimes no ma-trigger pod ta maging bastos no so murag ano ba sometimes no kanang dili kanang everyday Pasko it means para lang sila sometimes mapugot focus na lang ka nga mo talk back sa ilaha. So, Erica, what is your experience about this? So, yung madali maging tao, mahirap magpakatao.
Sir, excuse me po, sir.
Madali maging tao, mahirap magpakatao. Para sa imo ha?
Unsa po, sir, na experience pa nako, sir?
Or unsay mo
Or
maistorya?
example po.
Or unsay mo maistorya? Madali maging tao, ba't mahirap magpakatao?
Ano, yes po, sir. Diba, ano, kanang like sa magiingon, sir, madaling magpakatao, like katong magiingon, sir, na inana lang, mabuhat na dayon ka sa parents, pero mahirap magpakatao kay naam jud time, sir, nga kanang mahimo, makabuhat jud ang taog mali, sir, nga kanang ko dili nila masunod ang, for example, sir, ang batas, like inana, and also kanang magpakatao sila, sir, nga like sa kanang mga magkuan, sir, kanang magtabang sa kalikasan nga ano magtanom og mga puno, sir, mga ana kay ano ato man ang ano, sir, kaning responsibility, sir.
Okay, if someone is rude to you in America, what is your what is your sa tawag ba response? May
Maging ano po,
are
sir,
you go, are you
ang isa
going to are you going to treat them? Okay, we are a global citizen, so we should treat them nicely.
sir, ano bisan pag dili siya butan sa mo, sir, pero pag nasa mo sarili nga gusto ka magpakatao, sir, i-treat gyapon nimo siya ano, sir, kanang maayo, sir.
If,
Ipakita nimo sa iya, sir, nga irespeto nimo siya inana, sir.
so you have a kanang low patience. So kudos to you, Erica. How about you, Jude?
Hello, Jara. Hello.
Yes, Jude. You are audible.
Ano, ah, dali naman ba mahimong tao dyan, pero dito kayo magpakatao kay, kay, nabagoy uban, magkamali ta dyan, about Japan, magkamali ta.
Okay. So sometimes magkamali ta then some people no kay ma-judge dayon ta no.
Apo,
Murag ma-judge dayon as a whole na dayon murag my gosh kay isa ra gani ko nakakuan murag am I that bad? My ana good. So again it depends no. It depends how you treat them no. May hana if there is mga people nga who is to you or doing untowards nga mga dili good nga mga behavior which is makadaot na sa inyo ha. So as long as na naging mabuti kayo no or naging tawagan na oy as much as you can na ano nimo na pugngan na control nimo ang imong emotion to talk back or to speak ill sa imong mga isig ka tao. So maayo na siya no. But again, it doesn't mean ala ka ginang gi-down down na jud ka ta ka og taman-taman sa tao. Kay tungod kay global citizen ta dapat maging magparaya ta dili pod no we should know how to no? We should know how to fight back may so dili pod ta magpaano ha dili pod magpa na oy magpa-insult ug taman jud so learn to fight back for as much as we can no dili lang ta moabot sa point nga magkasakitan na ta. So that would be all. Now do you have any question in lesson 13 about the global demography, lesson 14 global migration, lesson 15 global citizenship? So at least one coming from you. Can you please open your cameras so that we can pa-end na din tayo. Pwede ba maon? Okay, kasi sa magkita ta sa dalan no, makita na ko inyong mga precious, beautiful faces. Sige, pangutan na at least isa lang daw sa inyo ha. Sa tulo na to ka lesson to. Gusto na ko makita yung dagway dili inyong kisami kay naman pud mi kisami no. Ay ana. Napod ko yung agtang so di na ko kailangan inyong agtang.
Napo sa school po.
Ay naakasas ko. Ay ana ka pretty basta pretty. Asa naman ka Jud? Nami ceiling Jud. Ay naman day ana. Sige go. At least one question daw coming from you. Sa tulo na to ka lesson. Any question lang. So, paingon na ko nga na-adjud mo namoy nasabtan. At least one. Sa asa dito. Sige. Sa kinsay mauna sa iyo, Jude or Erica? At least one. Sige, bisag unsa. Jude. Sige, Erica. Yeah, para manguli na ta. Sige, at least one lang. Bisag unsa nga pangutana.
Wait lang po, sir.
Sige, mag-construct dayon mo.
Ano jar nganong why nganong importante kay ang ano jar ang global citizen po.
Nga nung importante siya. Okay, importante ang maging global citizen as I've said earlier. Kaya para po aware ta, no? Unsay nahitabo sa lain so that we might avoid the conflict, no, or the problem that will rise, no. Halimbawa sa sa kaingon, gikatawan na to, ang mga Indian tungod ato sila mag-prepare. So naayon, so pag naay mo lakaw nga mga Indian sa ato bitaw ana na dayon tanong ay ana na ito. So ma-offend sila. So tanda si magkasamok gani. Ana. But if you really understand them, no, kasabot jud ka nga ana jud ang ilang kultura. Ana sila mag-prepare og food. Ana sila ilang hygiene. So magdili ka matingala. Aware ka, no? Aware ka kung sa ilang kultura. May ana. Unsa pa? So thank you so much, Jude. How about you, Erica?
Akong question po sir kay 'di ba ang imong game kaganiya sir global citizenship kay citizenship kay matawag siya kay ang iyang meaning is ma-aware ka sa mga panghitabo sa kalibutan so sir so if ever nga isa ka person nga wala ka na aware sa paano sa kanang murag kuan gud sir kanang wala kay kanang pake sa kalibutan matawag ba gihapon ka nga global sir citizenship or kanang katulang mga tao nga na-aware og nag-follow og naa silang characteristics sa kanang pagiging global nga citizenship ang matawag lang sir. Sila lang ba ang matawag or ma-consider nga global citizenship sir?
Okay, thank you so much, Erica. No? So, kung mga characteristics na na-mention ako earlier, mura lang to sila ang mga murag minimum nga mga requirements para maingon ka global citizen. No? So, matawag, I think for me, kung out of the definition and the kanang mga characteristics nga nahatag na ako kagaina, we can say nga matawag yapon siya global citizen, no? Kasi it's because nagpuyo man ta sa usa ka earth na may ana. And also, if naatay mga classmate, di ba, we also have our social media. Di ba, we can connect gyapon bisag asa sa kalibutan. We can also view nga mga stories coming from different countries. So we can just say, makaingon gyapon ta nga in a way, naging global citizen lang ta. It's just that we don't kana interact or wala lang kaayutan ni kanang nanghilabot kung unsa kaayo kanang wala lang kay tani participate sa global arena may something like that. Yan. So for me lang, no, kung wala ko nato tong definition and characteristics, we can say
Okay.
that we are a global citizen. So say thank you so much for your question, Erica and Jude.
Ay sir,
Yes.
yes po sir. Excuse me po sir kanang po kay questions about sa po sir sa katong G drive po sir.
Okay. Yes po.
Kay katong sir katong na-send na ko nga answer sir back sa week 7 to sir then imo nag-comment magud ka dito sir nga asa ang week 8 ug 9
Yes
sir
po.
so ang akong to sir kanang gi-explain ako to sir nga magud giuna na ko ang week 7 na to sir ug answer kay naa mo gyud deadline tong nabasa na ko sa page sir then
Mm-mm.
next ato sir pagkahapon kay gi-post na ko ang answer sa 8 ug 9 sir so bali murag naduha na ko sila sir panalahi ag
Sige.
post po sir sa G
Pero
drive na ko.
wala pa ako naka-comment or nag-i-edit lang
Wala pa
nimo.
po sir, wala pa na
Wala pa na siya into recorded.
ang kato lang week 7 ang na-record sir kay mora man tayong gi-commentan sir og na-check nimo din ang 8 ug 9 nga mga answer sir kay wala pa po na
Pero
edit
isa
sir.
lang to siya isa lang siya ka-file. Nabak to week 7, dito man ko nag-comment. Gi-edit to nimo, gisumpayan nimo 8 and 9 sa upos niya.
Wala po
Or
sir, ano
or
po sir
nag-upload
kanang
kag
nag-usab
lain?
kog send po sir.
Okay, okay. So okay lang siya.
Yes,
Walang
nag-upload kog line po sir, pero sa katong gi-upload na ko nga bag-o sir kay complete na po siya sir, na ditong 7, 8 ug 9 po sir.
sige, sige. So don't worry no ma, ano ra gyapon. Makita lang nako as long as wala pa nako siya na change into recorded. Yun. So how about you, Jude?
Thank you po sir.
Kung wala na pangutana, let's end our class and last submission for week 15 as well as your unit 5 requirement kay next week, no, December 16. Then for your 16, 17, 18, isa lang yung buhaton. I already uploaded the concept, I mean the assessment kung naa dito sa ubos. So all you have to do is to open na lang then pass it next week. Now, if you cannot pass the week 15 next week, no, paningkamuti lang ninyo nga hantod 13 ang inyohang mapasa or please unahan na lang sa ang unit requirement niya. Diba 13, 14, 15, kung you cannot make it, just pass first the unit requirement. Ha? Claro?
Yes po sir.
So if there is no question na no,
Opo
let's
sir.
end our class and goodbye everyone. Have a great day ahead po. Thank you so much for coming
Thank
and
you po
listening.
sir.
Thank you, Roger. Thank you po.